Hey Paul, it's Marcy here, recording your video for you. Typically, but being that we've spoke, I can probably go into this a little bit deeper. But what I touch on is just the content, backlinks, and citations. So even just from talking to you on the phone, I know that you kind of had more knowledge than your average, say roofer or somebody that's not in this industry of understanding how this works. So there's a lot of things that you've done here that other people haven't done to their site or wouldn't even have any freaking clue about. So as far as content, when you look at your homepage, not many sites have got this much content going on for sure. So I believe that you understand the importance. I'd maybe suggest that it might be time that you might want to do a rebuild. Like you can tell yourself by just, let me see if it tells me when you, so I'm not sure if this went up in 2012, this particular site, the way it looks right now, but that's the age that it's given it to me. So, you might want to it might be time. And the reason what brought me to that too is just I put it in this metric. It's just kind of load speed and different things. So it could be a bit of improvement on there. Like this isn't huge thing, but it's one of the factors that Google's going to look at when it comes to ranking. This site isn't secure. Another one of the little factors that Google's going to be giving priority to sites that are secure. So that's just another little thing that could be done. But I would almost just say if there was, like you do have the content, but probably if some keyword research was done as opposed to like what are people actually searching for, what are the top search terms, all that kind of stuff, it might be able to be a little bit more targeted, let's say. That's what I would say as far as the content goes, but you get it when it comes to the content. Pictures, they are opportunities also. I mean, ultimately, so you can see how we've just got numbers and whatnot there. If the pictures are completely optimized, that gives more opportunities to put your keywords in there and whatnot. I mean, bottom line with the content, when somebody types the word that I've used for this example kind of across the board here is roofing companies Victoria. So when somebody types that in, Google's going to go out there, they're going to crawl the web, they're going to want to serve up the most relevant results, right? So if they come across a site that's, got, and it's one of the biggest weaknesses really, where people don't understand when they're building sites, the importance of what the content has to do for ranking your website. But they're going to go crawl the website and they're going to serve up the most relevant results. So it makes them easy. They like to see about 1,000 to 1,500 words, which you're probably close to that, but you do really want it to be keyword specific, well written, authoritative, keyword rich content. So that's how it works on the content. I mean, they're obviously going to grab the site that's got that over the one that's just got 100 words, or some websites all you see is pictures and they're not even tagged, they're not even named correctly. So it's really hard for Google to see on the homepage of that site what it is that business is actually providing. You'll notice something that I came along down here. So there's lots of tips and tricks that you could actually do to improve this. So that's why I'll show you. So you notice down here how it's got the green dotted line around that. What that's telling me is these links, and it's okay when it's interlinking and it's to your own stuff. But when it's got a green link around it, that means that it's a do follow link. So that means, think of it this way: if you had like a bucket of water, so all these do follow links are like holes. So the power of the website is kind of leaking out to these other places. Now you can still link to these places, and I'll show you something here in that. So here's a link too. Like if I linked on this and we went off to your site, you can see how it's red because they've made this link a no follow. So it's not draining any of the juice of that website. So little tips like that could definitely help for the power of the site. Kind of leave it at there with the content. I don't want to go on and on and on in this video for you. I want to keep it as short as possible. So to talk about that, to show your backlinkings, I know you were talking about backlinks. I put your site into this tool. It shows me that you've got 64 backlinks. And what I did was I grabbed the #1 competitor, like he's ranking in the #1 spot for that same term, and I put him in the same tool so we can kind of see comparison here. When it comes to backlinks, you just think of backlinks. The easiest way to describe it, I think you kind of get it, but the easiest way to describe it is that, like, if you think of the internet as a popularity contest. So when other sites, vote for you, aka give you a link back to your site, that in turn pushes you up the search engines. But not all, in saying that, not all links are created equal. Relevancy is important, that they're coming from trusted sites on the net are important. It's kind of a bit of an art to it. So with yours, it's showing, and you'll kind of see in this comparison actually. So you've got 64, other websites on the internet that are linking back to yours, giving you just about 800 backlinks. You're being found for 242 words, but it's roughly bringing you, and this is kind of ballpark, this tool too. I mean, it's not like specific, and it depends on when your site was last crawled and all that kind of stuff, but average it's saying 4 or 5 visitors a month, whereas these guys here, they only have 6 more referring domains, but it kind of shows you the difference in the power of them, how they're not all created equal. Being found for 224 words and then just over 100 in traffic. So what I do want to look at here is, what are you being found for? Roofing, and it kind of tells you like positioning, so you can see like 8th, that's probably page 2, I would guess, either bottom, depending on what's going on, bottom of page 1 or page 2, but probably more likely 2. So you'd like to see those actually in the #1 spot. There's no reason, if you want to get there, you can get there. But so roofing Duncan, roofers Duncan BC, used couch, and see, people are not going to be typing that. So you just kind of do the keyword research, and then you start targeting the links towards this and the content towards this. This could be, I just feel that the content could be a little more keyword rich, like just the way it's written. So that's your backlinks. See if you can see over to these guys. This one's probably not going to. It's been sitting here a while, so it might just time out on me. Let's see. Let that spin for a minute. Oh, good. I just want to see where their keywords are at. We'll come back to it. So then the third thing is citations. So citations help to push you up in the maps ranking. So what a citation is it's a place on the internet where you're going to find your exact business name, address, and phone number. So this is a citation. So it seems that the more citations that you have, then it's going to help to push you up the maps. Now, you have obviously been very clever here when it comes to this too. I see you have a little collection of maps listings from Duncan to here, which is great. Now, the issue is, though, remember when I said exact business name, address, and phone number? It would be better if these ones would have, it kind of mixes things up when these other locations have the same phone number. So we could have used tracking numbers, and then they would just forward all to the same number, but for citation purposes. Because it was, it's, I'll show you here, this one. So these guys here, Victoria Roofing, and they were in the #1 spot. You can see I put this tool in, so it shows me if I'm here and I'm searching for that key term, roofing companies, Victoria. So these guys, are dominating the maps. What they've got going on is absolutely dominating. So we take, I think these guys were in the 2nd, so you can see they're roughly about 2nd, which, like in this case, they totally were. Now yours, let's see how we're doing. And that's about where you were on that search too. So, especially with all those, like I think if they were optimized properly, I would want to talk to the, I've got connections with people that are like the Google My Business listing gurus, right? They've got every tip and trick that there is to do to get yourself ranking. But you could just imagine if in all of those locations, being that you have all of these, is if they were optimized correctly and done, get the full use out of it, and you were showing up in one of the top 3 for all those searches, like holy Hannah, you'd be having to get more crews. So that's, I don't, like I say, I don't usually go this long at all with these, but being that we did speak, and because you actually have a lot of stuff to look at here, I kind of wanted to offer up then, oh, that's right, we were going to come back and see what this guy was doing. So you can see Roofing Victoria, he's in the number 1 position. Roofing Victoria BC in the number 1 position. He obviously does some gutter stuff too. So, you can optimize this stuff. Roofing Companies in Victoria BC, he's also got the number 1 for that, the number 2 for that, the number 1 for that. So, when we looked at his profile there, it wasn't like he had a shit ton more than you. It's just there's a really good example of quality over the volume of them. But yeah, the nice thing is that you have I don't know how long this site, I don't have this site up right now, so I don't know how long it's been on the web, but that's also a benefit that you have, that this URL has been there since 2012. I mean, that means a lot to Google. It's not fly by night. You didn't put your site up and then it's gone a year later. Like age is definitely another one of the things that contributes to your rankings, definitely in your favor. So I'm going to wrap this up, send it off to you, and then we can touch base and you can tell me what you think. Talk to you soon.